In this video, how I create a cozy home for fall, favorite gluten-free fall recipes, simple tips to make fall season more enjoyable, making pineapple flowers, creating garland, creative art studio time, and many more. Stay until the end to see them all. I hope you had a great week and you enjoying this fall season as much as I do. When I decorate my home for fall, I like to keep things simple as much as possible, yet I like to create an environment that is very welcoming, and fall season decorating is actually very easy because there are so many things that the nature has to offer to us, and I will share more on that in this video. The beautiful red pumpkins that you saw at the beginning of this video is from Trader Joe's, and they had a very good price, $7.99 for all of the pumpkins, like no matter what size you pick. I also got a bunch of nuts, some potatoes, pastas, and snacks.
So hard to find, you seem impossible to score. So I came on to simplify my vintage love.
Putting away the grocery as I'm tidying up.
I kept on looking, but everyone's such a fool. And out
As the weather is turning more cold, we are drinking more tea.
through the door, at the next table, you're whisking me. The lights were dimmed as our eyes met moves on.
I'm going to add a touch of fall to our bedroom, and it's starting with this cute bouquet that has a warm orange color.
I woke up in the middle of the night.
A quick dusting that is overdue. But if you don't want to see any dust, then have an unfinished wooden furniture, and I promise you that will show nothing. I'm always surprised what I'm wiping off.
But you showed me how to believe.
To make a statement in this room is very easy because I'm just going to change the sheet. I have two pairs of sheet. I have this beige one and I have this warmer burnt orange tone, and I like to use this on the summer months, this light one, and the darker one on the winter months. It's linen, and I love how breathable it is and how it can regulate the temperature and the moist.
Yeah, I will love you for it all.
As the temperature will go down, I will have more fuzzy blankets, but as of right now, this is what we're going to use. And just changing the sheet and having this one bouquet, it's a very simple way to warm up this room for the fall season.
To share my thoughts. Na, na, na. It's like cutting a wound in a bleeding heart. It gets me.
A quick refresh with some essential oils.
But I know that you need it all. Ooh, na, na. Give me
this is actually chillier than I thought. I'm going to go outside and gather some supplies for home decor.
I need a minute to think, or maybe two. 'Cause yesterday I lost control and said some things I felt that you should know. I need a
My neighbors texted me that they have some hops that I can cut off some for decoration. I never seen these before, but I'm gonna give a try.
It's gonna be okay, no matter come what may. I'm gonna set things straight.
September is a beautiful month here. We got still some sunshine. The weather is not too cold, but the wasps are going into a psychopath mode. So I have to watch where I step.
Repeating the same mistakes. I did them all before, in every shade. There's a million ways
Back from my backyard TJ Maxx. In my previous video, I talked about those 6 things that I don't buy for fall decor. Well, I forgot to add that one, and that is easy to produce, and that is a garland, and it depends what kind of leaf you choose. But on the low setting between 2 papers, I like to iron out some of these oak tree leaves. And last time I was just ironing out simple leaves, but you can actually do this to the leaves that it's still attached to the branch. This is another thing that I don't buy at the store, those scented pine cones. I'm going to put them into the oven for 200 Fahrenheit so they will open and all the creatures will come out of it. If it's fall, that means I have to process so many fruits, and now I have the plum on the menu. So I'm going to make a bunch of things with plums, and the pine cones are ready, so I'm going to put them into a basket. I'm going to sprinkle some honey apple essential oil on it and some cinnamon. Since I have lots of plums, I'm going to make some Hungarian plum dumplings, and this is gluten and dairy-free version. I just realized I'm doing it wrong. First, I have to clean the potatoes so I can cook them. Then I'm going to wash the plums. Some of the plums are gonna go into the dumplings, but I also going to save some to the freezer, and I'm going to use some wax paper underneath so they don't stuck to the container. Another favorite that is easy to make and it's gluten-free. I'm going to chop up the cauliflower. I'm going to blanch them, and I'm going to have a mixture of gluten-free flour and eggs. I'm going to mix that together with blanched cauliflower, and I'm going to bake them in the oven.
Another rainy afternoon, I don't know what I'm to do. I just miss you more than anything. It's way too quiet in the house.
When the potatoes are still warm, I'm going to push them through this little gadget, but you can also shred them.
Stay here beside me. This isn't how it's supposed to be. Wish you'd stay here right with me. I can't change.
You might ask, what happened in that 1 hour, Noemi? Well, I can tell you. I did the cauliflower and the dumplings, and as I was editing this video, I lost 22 footages where I actually made these dumplings with the recipe because I measured it out. But if you wanna see how to make this, stay until the end, because I'm going to remake these at the end of this video, because soon as I realized what's the problem, I just made more dumplings, and even the situation wasn't really something I would prefer. On the end, we didn't mind it because we had more dumplings to eat.
Here with me, we never should have said it's better this way. I'd rather be with you than someone else.
I have a linen bag where I like to collect all the end of the bread, and that way I can make some breadcrumbs for cooking.
I can't cope without you, and I wanna hold you close. Say that you won't go. Say that you won't go.
Sprinkling some monk fruit on the top, where I stick some vanilla beans in there. So basically it's a vanilla sugar with monk fruit.
Barely say goodbye before you disappear. It's been so cold without you here. I'm not gonna lie, don't know what I'd do without you. Maybe we could try to figure out a way to put our past aside. I've realized I only want.
I set aside a few for my neighbors.
I hope it's not too late. I want you back here with me. We never should have said it's better this way. I'd rather be with you than someone I don't.
Back to the studio, I'm going to be working on some of the decorations. I want to create a very cozy fall decor on the fireplace, and also I want to create a garland over the kitchen. So there are a few things that I have to prepare for that. I shared that in my last video how to make these mushrooms out of dehydrated oranges and wooden sticks. Now I'm going to adding a bottom to it so it can stand on its own. The cauliflower is done, so now I'm going to work a little bit to decorate this space, and I want to create a garland, and I like to use the oak leaves, and I used some masking tape to fix it on the beam. Back to the studio to packing some orders. And my companion for tonight are owls and frogs. Besides the order packing, the creative side is getting more exciting around this time of the year because it's just more cozy in the studio, and also just even the topics that I'm creating, it's all about the coziness and just getting together in the house and having meals together. The orders are packed and it's ready to be shipped, so Joat is going to take them to the post office right now. It's early morning, very early morning, too early. What do I need from here? Oh, the eggs. This is another favorite that is made with plums, and the recipe is up on my website. I will link it in the description box. Probably I used some different fruits in there. Sometimes I use strawberries, but plums are definitely the best version of that. The breakfast coffee cake slices are done, and I have some sausages in the other oven. If it's fall, we are definitely eating more soup, and when I say we, I meant me. I like to eat a lot of soup, so I'm going to bake a butternut squash, and I'm going to place some garlic into that little hole that it has, and I'm going to bake it for at least for an hour. Everybody left, and now I'm going to prepare a breakfast for myself because I don't like sweet things in the morning. Chopping up a whole zucchini into itty bitty pieces. I have some cooked potato leftovers. I'm adding some salt, gluten-free flour, and 1 egg. And I'm going to mix it, and it will have a texture where it's easy to spread as I'm frying them. Equal part of coconut aminos and apricot jam, a little bit of a sesame seeds and chili peppers, a little bit of a rice vinegar, everybody is having breakfast. Weather here requires, well, a tricky setup. We still have some warm days where I can handle some summer clothes, but at night and in the morning it's kind of chilly. I have a mixture of a little bit of everything, but the true summer dresses are being packed away, and then the warm shirts are being pulled out and just put into a convenient spot. About to start to decorate the fireplace, but before that I have to start a load of laundry, and I'm going to use some Charlie's soap with some OxyClean. The inspiration for this fall, I really like this deep orange color that I achieved with these dehydrated orange mushrooms. So I'm going to continue to use these, and also the leaves that I ironed in my previous video. And this is kind of mimicking a garland as well, adds a pop of color to the fireplace. These colors feel very whimsical, and I decided to switch to these lanterns instead of just the open candle because I think it's just more safe around all these dried things. Adding some fairy lights. This decoration gives enough cozy fall feel to our home, but I don't have to store anything from these. I can just compost them. And for next year, I can recreate the same thing, or I can change it up if I want to. It's getting cloudy on the outside, so it's time for a soup. I'm just going to use these baked butternut squash. I'm going to add some beef broth, garlic and salt, and a little bit of water. fall time calls for more baking, and I have this pineapple. I want to create and make some pineapple flowers out of that. By dehydrating some thin slices, they will turn into a beautiful flower. And I wanted to make cupcakes at the beginning, but it turned into a pineapple upside down cake. Using this simple gluten-free mixture, and I simply just put coconut, sugar, and pineapple slices on the bottom of the dish, and then I'm just going to pour over this mixture. Using a hand mixer to make the soup more creamy. Whatever left from this dry and sunny days, I'm going to use this to eat outside because pretty soon we will have rain. This barbecue went through a lot on this summer. We like to use this a lot. So before we're going to put it aside for the fall and winter, I want to scrub it down. I'm using Barkeeper's Friend and dish soap. You guys missed all the fun. I put down the hose and it started to just shoot out the water right between my apron and my clothes and all the way on my side. So it's a sensory overload at this point, being in that clothes. Changing into a dry clothes, and I'm going to decorate the porch a little bit. The stumps that I thought I'm going to use on the fireplace decor, I changed my mind about that, and I'm going to just pile them up on the studio porch. Well, this cake has some beauty issues, but I will cover it with these pineapple flowers and no one will ever see what's underneath, and you guys not going to tell anybody, right?
Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I won't. I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out alone. 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, 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 no.
Let's try this one more time. Today is the editing day and I just realized that I lost footages how I created this dumpling, so I'm springing into an action to recreate them. So you saw on the screen the recipe, and basically I just mix everything together and create a dough. It is actually a very easy recipe, but very messy, I have to say that. The plums that are gonna go into the dumplings, I'm just going to cut them up into a smaller portion. If you have smaller plums, a half a plum would be the preferable shape, but these are huge. I'm going to add some cinnamon to it and some coconut sugar. And to create the dumplings, I'm just going to put one plum in the middle, and I'm just gently going to tuck it around the dough and just roll them. If your hands get sticky, you can use some flour, and then once you make the ball, you can cover it with a little bit of flour. This portion that I measured out will give plenty for 4 people, but I'm going to make more so I can put some into the freezer as well. So once the water is boiling, I will gently put the dumplings in there and just poke it a little bit here and there, so make sure they don't stick to the bottom. I'm going to use some ghee and pour some bread crumbs over it and make it brown a little bit. When the dumplings are floating on the top, I will let it cook for 2 to 3 minutes, and gently I will remove them and put them into the bread crumbs. Joat is excitingly waiting for the breakfast. I made this unplanned dumpling project right in the middle of the morning when it was the most chaotic. But nobody minded because we like these dumplings so much. I I made so many dumplings that I have enough to freeze them, and first I'm going to put them on the tray. Once it's frozen, I'm going to put them into bags and it will stay separated. And the way I'm going to use it, I'm just going to put it into a hot boiling water as it's frozen. It doesn't need to be defrosted. Well, thank you so much for watching until the end. I so appreciate you, and if you enjoyed this content, I will see you next Saturday at 6 a.m. Bye!